Welcome back. I am Mrs. Miyagi. You're doing the usual do, but at least you're not going for a poo. Poetic. I am Jonsel. I don't know why my hand's doing that. Jonsel the Gherkinator, the pickled one. Welcome to the Jonsel Journey, where we talk about type 1 diabetes, the problems that type 1 diabetes brings, my life experiences with diabetes, and I'm telling you now, it's ever so kinky and saucy and suchosa. And today, I'm going to be discussing type 1 and sport. Yeah, sport and type 1. It can get a bit much. People can look at you and go, what are you doing? What on earth are you doing? Why are you having sugar? Why are you shaking? Why are you injecting yourself, you dirty little drug addict? No, I'm not. I'm type 1 diabetic. So this is a place where I tell you all about it. And we raise awareness. We don't want ignorance in life. We want magical people just serenading us with Mars bars, Haribo, and just being kind. Please be kind since COVID. Be kind. No one's kind anymore. People are just ignorant. They don't want to learn. And this channel is going to make people learn, raise awareness, and educate. Let's get into it. Type 1 and sport. Woo! Oh, that's a very camp woo, isn't it? So before type 1 diagnosis, Mrs. Miyagi, stop running round, man. High blood sugar in a cat. Well, that's what I'm putting it down to. Oh, she's just getting this. We'll summon her in a bit. But yes, I can get back to it now. Before diagnosis, as a type 1 diabetic, when I was a wee little whippersnapper and I was 10 years old, I was incredibly athletic. I just loved sport. It was my life. It was my getaway. It kept me feeling on top of the world when my parents were going through a very horrendous divorce when I was only 7 years old and before I went to boarding school. But sport was my saving grace. And football, I absolutely adored. My babysitter, Delphina, the Italian guru of magic that got me into football, got me playing football, she just opened up a great world for me where football was just suddenly this thing where I was like, I love it. I went to school, played football, and soon noticed I had a very good talent at playing the game, and I just absolutely loved it. The sound of skinning players on the grass, bringing the ball back, players sliding on in, couldn't get the ball off me. I was a little magician. And my dad said to me, watching me play as an 8 and 9-year-old, I reminded him of George Best. I didn't know who George Best was at this time when I was 8, 9 years old. For me, Maradona was the king. I adored Maradona. Gary Lineker knocking goals in Mexico '86, the first World Cup that I watched. But football was my life. I remember being at my school, Arnold Lodge, my boarding school, and I was playing all the time and suddenly started losing loads of weight. It was drastic. I looked like I've been in a bathtub for about 7,000 years, just turned into a little wrinkled prune. But my energy levels had gone incredibly down. They dipped. I just wasn't the same, but I was still trying to play because there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. Mrs. Miyagi, thank you very much. God, she's getting excited tonight. But the signs and symptoms were beginning to show. Obviously, the horrendous thirst, losing weight, being drained. I'd broken my toe playing Sunday League football for my team, Norton Lindsay. And I think from that toe break, my body went into shock. And I think that summoned the bastard, the boss steward, that was type 1. Now, always when I played, you always had a good pre-match meal. Even as a kid, even as an adult, I always made sure pre-match meal, breakfast, pre-match meal, snacks, energy, fuel. But with diabetes, it's a lot worse. You've got to monitor everything all the time. It's like ding, 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 ding. In your mind, ding, 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 ding. I'm okay. Ding, 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 ding. It's a racket in your head. Always. Am I doing this? Am I doing this? Am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Your mind is just swirling around. You can't focus on just one thing. So before diagnosis, losing weight, the whole thing, people saying I didn't look right. It was, for me, everything was okay. Half-time oranges, so, not diabetic, half-time orange, water, all good. Diagnosis came, and that's when it was like, oh my word, this is going to be not so juicy and not so sexy. My mum, type 1, so I'd grown up with it, seeing it, I had a slight understanding, but it didn't faze me when I was diagnosed. I was like, oh, diabetes, I'll walk in the park. Little did I realise all these years later that many problems can arise. You can get problems with your eyes, you can get little doodah downstairs not going ding, ding, ding. Yes, hasn't happened yet, so we're all okay. Amputations, problems with your feet, the list, endless. But this only happens if you do not look after yourself. Ever! I'll go into this in another episode. But this episode is about type 1 and sport. Well, when I played sport, I still play sport. But still, let's get back to now. So yeah, diagnosed. And suddenly I thought, is it going to mess my football up? Ask the doctors. No, it's fine. Exercise is so important. Keep your blood sugars maintained. Make sure they're okay. Hypos weren't really talked about as much back in the good old days, like in Charles Dickens's era. So for me, it was just, you have sugar, that's it. Prick your finger before you play. Now we've come into the world of CGMs, insulin pumps. The world has gone from being at that stage with diabetes to up there now with so many amazing things, helping us live a much normal, happier life. So there I was, diagnosed. I had a little Dennis the Menace tin, dextrose tablets, dextrose, banana. I had a set routine when I played. Now the kids that knew I was diabetic never had a problem. It was like, there was no problem. They just, oh, kid's diabetic. The kids didn't care about me injecting myself. They didn't mind. They just look at me and go, okay, you're doing an injection. But for me, I never had any shame. I didn't care. In fact, I quite like showing off. Arm up like that, and then we go, oh, I'm injecting, dear. Yeah, I'd inject myself. What are you looking at? I have to do this. I have to do this. If I don't do it, I'll die. I didn't care. Adults looking at me, oh, drug addict. I don't care. I'm injecting myself. Why? Because if I don't, I'll die. I kept telling people that. I'll die if I don't inject myself. I'm not going into a toilet. It's dirty. I'm doing it where and when, wherever's needed. Because I'm doing it. I need to do it. Without it, die. I don't care. A lot of people would say, oh, young kid, cocky. No. When you have to do something and medication's involved, don't ever hide away. You let people look. Let them stare. Who gives a toss? And you tell them it's the only way you can raise awareness. Idiots will always come out with stupid comments. And you can't cure people from being idiots and very dumb and very simple. All you can do is fight your own corner on your own. Support from others that are there to help you and back you up. But in general terms, fight your corner on your own, because you have to. And it's the only way you can move forward with a little bit more confidence, just by telling people, I'm sorry, this has to be done. And I know a lot of people shy away from injecting in public, and yeah, it's hard, I get that, because a lot of people suffer with anxiety. I've always been lucky enough to not be like that, because I'm lucky my father has always pushed me to be and taught me to be someone that, you know, be proud of who you are, no matter what you are, no matter what illness you carry, no matter what health condition you live with. You will raise your head up high and you will tell people, sorry, I have to do this. So the doctors never really went into much detail about me playing sport, but I did know that I had to always be on the ball. I had to be there, steady, ready. Ooh, poetic words. But I had to be there, because I had to be there doing things in the correct way, because if you don't and you hypo on a football pitch or you're doing any sport at all, it's not good, because with hypos, the longer you leave it, the worse it gets. And the worse it gets, you then pass out. Hence, you can then fall into a diabetic coma. Chances of waking up incredibly slim. That's why when you play sport, let people know that you are type 1, just in case you have a funny turn, you have a funny seizure, or you feel a bit weird, or you've got high blood sugar, you might be going into DKA, you need help, you're a bit drained. Explain, tell people. If people don't want to listen, you tell them, mate, you're listening, I'm playing sport with you, it's just worth you knowing what I have to live with and what might happen, because I'd like help if I do faint, if I feel a bit odd, if I'm not behaving correctly. Help is always needed. don't do things on your own, because when you do things on your own and you don't tell people that you're type 1, dodgy times can happen. And I'll talk about that yet again in another episode. So when I played football, 10 years old, onwards, went to secondary school, my life, onwards and onwards and onwards. So many stories to tell, but this is from the very, very beginning. Always had sugar on me, always had a Mars bar. My football meals, Mars bar. Half before I played, half at half time, I'd have some Lucozade before I played. Always test my blood sugar before I started. And I never, ever, ever had any hypos. Always had a good breakfast. Carbohydrates, Weetabix, shredded wheat, they were the holy grail. I never had probs. And then when I was 14, 15, you're growing up, hormones are bubbling, and obviously you seem to think you're invincible. This is the worst thing that I've always done, is the invincibility thing. I'm stubborn. No, I'm fine. I'm having a hypo, but I'm fine. I'll have sugar in a minute. No, you've got to deal with it now. You've got to be a grown-up. You've got to be grown up with the health condition you live with. You have to have sugar now. Deal with it straight away. But sometimes you feel embarrassed by stopping the activities you were doing to go to someone, hey mate, I need to have some sugar. I'm not going to understand it. Tough shit, they've got to understand it. People will understand, but you have to tell them. Ignorant people, like I keep saying, they won't listen. But unfortunately, you can force through, like ignorant people force their views on you. You force through the positivity that you have in raising awareness for the health condition you live with. I was at school, I was 14 years old, we're playing against a team called Myton. This was at high school, and I'd obviously been so hyperactive throughout the day. The match was after school, and I still remember this very, very well. I was playing, and suddenly, in the first half, towards the end, I started to feel really dreary. I was having a really bad hypo. I didn't have hypo unawareness at this time. My legs had gone weak. I was sweating, voices in my head. I see dead people. It was like that little kid from Sixth Sense. It was like that. Oh. Players were going, Jonsel, go! I just couldn't do anything. I was too embarrassed to tell people I was having a hypo. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to ruin the game. I thought, come on, I can still play. You can't. You need a break. I didn't want to be taken off. It was me being stubborn, a teenager who was being stubborn. I've got to continue. I've got to continue. Got someone to get my Lucozade to the side of the pitch. I had some Lucozade. I was still running around. I remember it was like a hazy fog. I just couldn't get myself focused, and I felt like I could let the team down. I think we drew 1-1, if I can remember correctly, but I didn't have a good game. I hypoed, but I was just too ashamed to let people know. Diabetes wasn't really something that was looked into like it is now, because the internet didn't exist, Google, etc., etc. It was just, you tell your mate I'm diabetic, and unfortunately people just go, he's diabetic, he injects himself. They didn't know what happens behind the scenes, what you have to live with, what you have to deal with. So yeah, it was tough. Times have changed so much since I was diagnosed with diabetes, and we live in a time now where more people are becoming aware. You've got CGMs, insulin pumps. So back when I was diagnosed, it was just an injection. I don't know why I do that. Whenever you're imitating injections, I was injecting myself. Yeah, I injected, pricked my finger 5 to 6 times a day, and I was just told to have Lucozade. And then Lucozade back in the day was very, very good, because no sugar tax. It actually helped hypos. Now we have a hypo. Oh, hello, I'll grab a can of Coke. Oh my God, 1 gram of sugar. What's going on there? Sugar tax. It ruins people's weight. Don't give a fuck. Sorry, I don't give a shit. Type 1 diabetics, type 2 diabetics, some, when they have a hypo, you need sugar. So the best sugar treatment for me has always been liquid. Lucozade, no added sugar. 0, 0, 0, 0 that. 0 when I'm having a hypo is a no-no. We need sugar. So Lucozade was boom. Mars bars was the recommended dose. Digestives, because of the long-lasting carbs, they'd help cover me. Shredded wheat. Long-lasting carbohydrates have always helped me. So when I play sport now, I go for runs and stuff, always have my Haribo on me. Easy to eat, easy to have when running. Sugar liquid, sugar water, glucose water, whatever. You have liquid. For me, when I'm doing sport, it works for me. But you'll find things that work for you better than, say, what works for me. It's just we're all different with how we deal with our hypos and how we prepare for sport. It's changed and I'm grateful for it. If only this kind of stuff was out when I was playing football, perhaps I would have gone on to a higher level. I reached as high as I could go. I had an amazing time. I missed the game massively. But yeah, my diabetes was what put a stop to my sport at a high standard in terms of doing sport, never ever. Exercise is a saving grace. It helps you not only mentally, it helps you physically. It helps your blood sugar levels. And it helps with your whole body, your whole system. Cardiovascular disease, preventing that. Helping your heart. So many things. Exercise is key. Even if you do 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. 5 minutes exercise is better than 0 minutes. And work your way up. Small steps always. I still now, when I do sport, I have my sugary things. Like I just said, liquid is my winning ingredient, winning key. So for you guys, tell people who you play sport with that you're type 1. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared of how people's reactions might come out. Fuck them. You tell them. The right people will understand. If you're young, you're playing football, make sure your parents tell coaches. Let everyone know. Let everyone know. Let everyone know. Because you know what? Telling people that you're a type 1 diabetic when you play sport not only is going to save your own life, it's going to save other people's lives who might be a little bit quiet and letting people know that they are type 1. As a unit, we all need to stick together. And it's very hard because there's so much hate and animosity out there at the moment. And when health conditions are involved, a lot of ignorance, like I keep saying. But my classic quotation is always, don't waste your time entertaining minds with no room for growth. Because those minds are never going to grow. Because they don't want to listen. And those that don't want to listen, it's pointless. You're wasting your energy, you're wasting your time. So type 1 and sport, winning success, winning formula. Keep doing it. Keep being aware. Check your blood sugar levels. And please do not worry. Ever. There's no point in worrying. When a new day starts, a new chapter beckons. I've had a horrible day today with my blood sugar levels. I've got blood sugar levels. I have to look for my blood testing machine. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. I can't be asked to get it. It's over there though. So when I say I can't be asked, it's because I don't want to ruin this magical moment I've got myself into. But yeah, I've got high blood sugar at the moment. I hate having it. I've got that candy ass thirst. Diet Coke. Diet Coke, useful when you've got high blood sugar and normal blood sugar, when you don't need sugar because it helps us. And don't listen to that aspartame bullshit, because at the end of the day, God, so many things that if we have that, we don't do that, we do this, we're going to end up in deep doo-doo. If you like a Diet Coke, have a Diet Coke. It's better than drinking loads of alcohol. If you're young, don't drink alcohol. Well, you will do. Each to their own. Small steps, always. Listen to your gut instinct, listen to your heart, but most importantly, look after yourself. Until next time, I shall see you next week for another shimmy shimmy ya episode of the Jonsel Journey. Keep your heads up high and tell people, hey, motherfucker, I'm a type 1 diabetic. Woo! Yes.